I'm in Florida. It's hot. And I come from Texas. And I brought this SR5 with me. And so far, I've got a little over 6,000 miles on it. As soon as I got back, I was regretting buying an SR5. Now listen to what I said. I regretted buying the SR5, not a Toyota. The reason in that is because when I got back, I started seeing a lot of, what do you call those? TRD Pros and Toyota racing development trucks. I wanted to point out 3 things that the Pro has that the SR5 doesn't have, but I'm going to make my own version of a Pro, the EA Pro. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. So one of the things that the Pro has that this SR5 doesn't have is the exhaust system, that dual exhaust. But this truck, on the coming from the manifolds into the muffler, it's 2 in, 1 out. So I don't have the dual exhaust system. It does come with this little black tip. They said it was an SR5 tip, but I don't see nothing special about it. You can follow it back. It is just a single exhaust. Let me see if I can get the dual coming in. You see that? It's still dual in. So what I'm gonna do is modify that to a dual exhaust, my version of a dual exhaust. The second thing about it is the suspension. They make a big deal about that Fox suspension that the Pro has. I'm also gonna modify that. I'm not gonna lift my truck. I'm not gonna keep it at the same height, but I am gonna redo the whole suspension. I wanna drop it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with a 2.2 drop or a 3.3 drop. The suspension on it's pretty simple. Pretty simple parts. Nothing exciting about it. I'm not going to get into it too much because I don't know the difference in rides between the Pro and the SR5. I've only been in an SR5. The third thing I want to point out is the intake on it. I replaced it with a Canon air intake. I'm going to see if I can find a bigger filter for it, but as of now, you can definitely tell that I took the factory air intake off. Those are the 3 things that stood out to me that are different between the SR5 and the Pro. Is the dual exhaust, the suspension, and the intake. Like I said, I'm going to modify this truck to the EA Pro edition. I've already upgraded my intake system on it. Now I'm going to be working on my exhaust all the way from my manifolds back. And after I get it tuned up where I want it, I'm going to drop it 2.2, 3.3. But for sure, you guys are going to want to stay tuned for the EA Pro edition of this Toyota SR5.